The endorsement of Elizabeth Warren would be, in theory, a huge plum for either of the contestants in the Democratic nomination tussle, but so far, the scourge of Wall Street has remained neutral. Last night, speaking at the Center for Popular Democracy's annual gala in Washington, Warren upped her anti-Trump rhetoric by embracing a message that the Clinton campaign has been pushing hard. Yesterday, we talked about Team Clinton's coordinated strategy of fanning surrogates out across the country to criticize the presumptive Republican nominee for saying in 2006 that he hoped the housing market crashed so he could make more money. Now, Warren is joining in that chorus.
Donald Trump was drooling over the idea of a housing meltdown because it meant he could buy up more property on the cheap. What kind of a man does that? What kind of a man roots for people to get thrown out of their house? What kind of man roots for people to get thrown out of their jobs, to root for people to lose their pensions? I'll tell you exactly what kind of a man does that. It is a man who cares about no one but himself. A small, insecure money grubber who doesn't care who gets hurt so long as he makes a profit off it. What kind of a man does that? A man who will never be president of the United States.
All right, so Mark, Trump attacked Warren last night. Warren attacked Trump on Twitter today. My question for you, though, relates to the Democratic Party. Hillary's facing this challenge. How's she going to bring the party together now and bring the Sanders people in? If Elizabeth Warren is now speaking that hot, that kind of rhetoric, and that much in sync with Brooklyn, whether there's overt or covert coordination, will that make it easier, appreciably, do you think, for Hillary to pull off what she needs to pull off by bringing that part of the party to her?
We don't know how much Elizabeth Warren's following, how big it is compared to Bernie Sanders at this point. We just don't know. We do know there's a lot of overlap. We know that Bernie Sanders, I think, is more likely to be in the tent if he sees Elizabeth Warren doing that. So I think whether Sanders, I think Warren doing that, if she keeps it up, will bring Sanders in the fold faster. And I think if he doesn't come in the fold and Warren steps it up, it won't matter nearly as much. She is the only person, I think, on the left who could perform this role. And if she keeps that up, the Clinton people, I think, will be very, very happy.
There's no doubt that Elizabeth Warren is a huge asset as a surrogate with the left of the Democratic Party. No doubt about that. Bernie Sanders and his people, I think, are still somewhat frustrated that Elizabeth Warren, despite aligning with Bernie Sanders on so many issues, decided not to endorse him. And I think they are a little suspicious of her motives. I don't know that it will help. I don't know her presence will do anything to Sanders' head, but it helps Clinton in and of itself. It helps with those voters, and it helps her to have that kind of a surrogate out there. In the end, it's still about what Bernie Sanders wants. I think that he's still more key to unity than she is.
There's also a question of what he wants, which is people have talked about what he wants after the election.
Right.
Does he want to have a movement, whatever? She started, before he got in the race, she was a much bigger national figure than he is. He has eclipsed her to some extent. But I do believe that he will be fighting a lot more of an uphill battle, whatever he wants, at the convention and beyond.
If it seems like Elizabeth Warren's on the other side.
Exactly.
Totally, exactly.